Good morning, class. My name is SPC Jones, and I'll be giving you guys a class today on task number 071-COM-0815. It will be practice noise, light, and later discipline. Overall risk for this is low, but I do want to go over some potential risk factors that we can mitigate. So, the first risk we're going to talk about today is going to be there's a coffee pot in the left-hand side of the room. I want to make sure everyone knows that ensure the lid is secured and avoid touching hot surfaces. Another risk today is going to be electrocution. We are in Germany, so we have American and European ports. So make sure you put the right equipment in the right ports to avoid electrocution today. The risk today is wires, backpacks, and tripping in this general area. So we're going to make sure we put our backpacks neatly on the side of the room, avoid putting wires over here. We want everybody to be safe today. And the final risk today is that people are sitting in these chairs for class. So make sure you keep all four legs firmly on the ground to avoid falling over and hurting yourself, okay? So all four legs on the ground. So once again, overall risk for this is low. For some environmental considerations, we are in a reduce, reuse, recycle army now, okay? We want to minimize our effect on the environment. So if you are using plastics, make sure you recycle them if possible. And that goes as well as paper. In the event of an active shooter, we will run, hide, and then fight. So in order to go more in depth on that, in the event of an active shooter, we're going to try to run, get away as fast as possible. If we cannot accomplish that, we're going to hide. We're going to seek cover, not just concealment. So cover is going to be something that can stop a bullet. And then last option, you're going to fight. Okay. At this time, I would like to do an initial PCI checklist. So I will be checking each soldier individually and then annotating it on my worksheet. Can all soldiers bring out their ID cards, water source, pen and pencil, paper, and dog tags, please? Once again, I will go through and inspect each individual soldier. Initial PCI checklist is complete. So once again, the task number for today is going to be 071-COM-0815. We are doing practice noise, light, and litter discipline. The conditions for this are you are a member of a mounted or dismounted element conducting a tactical mission and have been directed to comply with noise, light, and litter discipline. Enemy elements are in your area of operation. Some iterations of this task should be performed in Mach 4. And the standards for this is prevent enemy from locating your element by exercising noise, light, and litter discipline at all times. So to reiterate, we will not be doing Mach 4 today, okay? That will not be part of our training. So now we're going to go through the steps of this class. Step 1 is going to be exercise noise discipline, okay? So you're going to avoid all unnecessary vehicular and foot movement. So if you don't have to go somewhere, don't go somewhere. We don't want to bring attention to ourselves. You're secure with tape, other materials, metal parts, for example, weapon slings, container cups, ID cards, ID tags, and prevent them from making noise or movement. So as you can see right here, if we're walking around, these make noise. So we're going to go ahead and grab our tape, and we're going to tape them up today. That way, they no longer make noise. So, then we're good. We're also going to use radio only. Avoid all necessary talk, okay? So we're not going to talk if we don't need to. And we're going to use radios only when necessary. So if you don't need to talk on the radio, don't talk on the radio. Radios make noise. So talking about radios, we will also set radio volume low so only you can hear, okay? We don't want to bring attention to ourselves with loud radios. So we don't have a radio here today, but make sure you turn it on low and only talk when necessary. And we're also going to use visual techniques to communicate. That goes with all unnecessary talking. So you're going to go, if you need a halt, and we'll use other Army standard visual techniques to communicate. That'll be a different class. So we're also going to exercise light discipline, okay? So we brought our light and our poncho today. Scroll down, please. And so first thing we're going to talk to is do not smoke. Okay? Smoking cigarettes, cigars, etc. can be seen and smelled by the enemy. We don't want that to happen. We're going to conceal flashlight and other light sources so that the light is filtered. For example, under a poncho. So we got our light today, okay? We don't want to wave to the enemy, hey, I'm over here. So we're going to get our poncho, okay? And we're going to get under this thing to filter the light. That way, they can't see. If we need a light, we're going to filter it. That way, nobody can see what we're doing. Okay? So, and then also, we're going to cover or blacken anything that reflects light. So, for example, a metal surface, vehicles, glasses. You can do that with brush, poncho, or stuff around the environment like twigs and a brush. And so we just don't want that to shine and reflect and grab at people's attention. They'll also conceal our vehicle and equipment with available natural camouflage. So if we got an orange truck and a tan truck in the woods, we want to camouflage that with as much woods and brush as possible to avoid detection. So finally, we're also going to exercise litter discipline. Okay, so we're going to there's going to be establish a litter collection point to empty food containers, empty ammunition cans, or boxes, old camouflage, or knocking position. Okay, we're going to verify all litter has been collected in the preparation to leaving a position, and take all litter with you when you're leaving the position. So there's litter all over the ground. We didn't walk into this place like this. So if someone came in, they're like, oh wow, someone was here. No, we're going to go, we're going to grab all of our litter, we're going to put it in the litter collection point, and then when we leave, we're going to take it all with us. That way we left it the area the same way we came, and we don't avoid detection. So, are there any questions? At this time, I'll give you guys 5 minutes to practice on your own. 5 minutes complete. Are there any questions? Okay, so now we're going to move on to the evaluation. So I got to reiterate the task number and the conditions and standards that along with the name. So this is task number 071-COM-0815, practicing noise, light, and litter discipline. Conditions for this are you are a member of a mounted or dismounted element conducting a tactical mission and have been directed to comply with noise, light, and litter discipline. Enemy elements are in your area of operation. Some iterations of this task should be completed in Mod 4. Prevent enemy, and the standards will be prevent enemy from locating your element by exercising noise, light, and litter discipline at all times. Once again, we will not be completing this in Mod 4 today. So, at this time, I'll evaluate one member at a time for the task. Evaluation complete. We have 3 trained. There is no retraining needed. At this time, we're going to redo a PCI check to ensure all of our equipment is working, and we're going also make sure all soldiers have their PCI. So all soldiers can bring out their ID cards, water source, pen or pencil, paper, and dog tags again, and I'll inspect you individually and annotate that on my PCI checklist. PCI checklist is complete. This time, I would like to complete an AAR. So, we're going to go AAR. We're practicing noise, light, and litter discipline class today. Some rules and goals. Everyone has a right to speak, and I want to encourage maximum participation. Please don't talk over each other, and as always, be respectful of differing viewpoints. What was supposed to happen today? So I introduced myself. We went over the task number and name, and we decided we went over all the risks and decided the risk assessment was low. We went over environmental considerations and what to do in the case of active shooter. We did the PCI check. We went over the task number, name, conditions, and standards. We went through the steps with examples, and I showed you guys how to do what you're doing. You guys practiced for 5 minutes on your own. Following that, you completed the evaluation. There was no retraining needed, and now we are doing another PCI check. Now we're doing our AAR. What did happen today? Okay. What went right and what went wrong? How do I improve training for next time? List some things that can improve the training for the next. Yeah, so we're gonna list some things that can improve training for next time. Awesome. So summarize all in all, the training went well. The intended training was received, and next time we'll improve some things by doing it outside with a radio and more litter. Okay, at this point, everyone completed a police call, so we're gonna leave this place the same way we got here with. Please call complete. There is no follow-on instruction. This concludes the training, and request to close out the training area. Okay, this concludes training site. Close.